All right, welcome back, everyone. Looking forward to our day together. We are moving along in our journey and want to say good morning. Hi, Samina. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Tiff. You made it yet again. Amazing. Just
Good
amazing.
morning.
So, what are you coming to the call with? What energy are you coming to our fourth last call with? Cheryl, you've been here almost every day. I think every day, right?
Every
So,
day, yeah.
every day, what energy are you coming to the call with today?
Perseverance. Just kidding. This is the backstretch, right? So keep going.
Backstretch. Yes, it really is. It is. And how about you, Samina? What energy are you coming to today's call with?
Yeah, as Cheryl said, perseverance. I mean, we've got a few more to go and still learning, still connecting, still, yeah, loving it.
Still loving it. Well, I love hearing that. And how about you, Tiff? What are you coming to today's call with?
Very little, but still very happy to be here.
Well, I want to acknowledge every day Tiff has been here at 6:30 a.m. So it's not even 7:30, it's 6:30 a.m. her time. So with that, let us dive in. There are no slides for today. It's a slideless day. But today's theme is remote does not equal disconnected. And I think it's day 86 in the guide. Okay, so you could find it there. Really, this notion of remote does not equal disconnected spans before the pandemic. 2 years ago at this time, I started pulling together a keynote on remote work, not knowing what was coming down the pipeline. And this notion of like remote does not equal disconnected was a big theme in that, because a lot of people thought, oh, you can't connect, you can't do this. And here we are 2 years later. So really wanted to sort of put the framing around like, what is the DNA of remote work? And so here are some things, and you sort of mentioned one of them, like persistence, right? A part of the DNA of remote work, and you'll find this on page 443, persistence. Also, sometimes a yearning for something different, right? Think about it too, in the context of moments right now where a lot of people are thinking, oh no, a third winter of like, lockdowns. Yearning for connection is also part of the DNA of remote work. Yearning for flexibility, and sometimes also groundedness, really looking at how can you get grounded. And it's been interesting. I think, Samina, like you came yesterday so excited to the call, with your cabinet behind you, like it's like, yes, that's a groundedness. And sometimes when, even our surroundings get ungrounded, that can really tip us. I know for me, I just can't wait till January 13th when this new condo closes and some of the stuff that's in my downstairs main floor moves out again. It's just like, I'm not a big person on like stuff in my house. And so it's feeling like it's just like suffocating me. So really, DNA is different. And it's interesting how change and disruption sometimes sort of says what we love and what we don't love. So with today's focus on the DNA of remote work, here are some questions. I'm actually going to our field work today just to get you thinking about twofold. So first part of this is story, right? What is your story? Each one of us is very unique. And as I write on page 443, another layer of our DNA is sharing our stories. Taking time to share our stories has one of the most significant influences. Our stories demonstrate our why, the thing that drives us forward. Our stories are also a unique tapestry of who we are. Our DNA, our journey, our aspirations and hopes, our learning, and moments of defeat. Our stories help transmit who we are and what we take a stand for. Our stories will signal where we put our foot down and where we say no. Sharing our stories creates connection and creates a common ground. And stories are part of a collective global process. So what are the things you want to communicate? So I think that's sort of the segue into today. Some of our fieldwork questions include, consider how you're showing up in your conversations. Are you inviting or repelling people? What is the environment you want to create with your calls? So consider everything from background to pacing. And there's also another question here around what's the core of your DNA? Identify and note the characteristics which make you unique. So I'm going to leave us there for our conversation springboard for today. And you're invited in this next 20 minutes to either share part of your story, or given that you've really met each other in this last 90 days, you might also want to share, we'll do one breakout room with the three of you. You may want to share with each other one thing that you feel is quite unique to each other's DNA, right? Because sometimes we see ourselves, but sometimes other people see us in different ways. So if you'd like, I'd like to invite you, and this is where it's nice being in a triad, because you'll have input from two other people around something that makes you distinctly unique. And you can embrace that. You can say, you know what, maybe not quite me, but it might be a signal towards part of what makes you unique as a human being. So does that sound like a good thing to do on a Tuesday morning?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. All right. So I'm going to put you in the one breakout today. If anyone else joins in, I will move them along. Let's see. Oh, we've got Marty. You know what? Let me let Marty in. She came in just as I was reading that, I guess. So maybe we'll do one big room. We'll do one big room. And I'll just get Marty set up. Welcome to you, Marty. Sorry that I kept you waiting there for maybe a minute or so. How you doing? Let us know when you can get your sound on. So again, just to recap our topic for today, you're going to have a chance in breakout to share one thing about each person in the room that you see makes them unique. And the person who's on the receiving end can just embrace that, say thank you, and then you'll move to the next person. So that's part of the remote does not equal disconnected. So with that, I'm going to put us to breakouts. You have about 20 minutes. Enjoy. And you are all in one room. So you can just accept your room invite, and I'll see you back here about 3 minutes to the hour today. Have a good one. Enjoy. Bye, Samina. All right, we're going to close the rooms and see how it goes. All right, welcome back. What was that like? Did you enjoy that?
It was nice.
It was nice. I thought it might be nice. Yeah. So as we go to wrap up, we have 3 more days left. I can't believe it. And one thing that I hope that you have started to notice, maybe a bit with yesterday's integration, is just how things hopefully are starting to come together. So if you have time before we're back together tomorrow, take a flip through whatever notebook or whatever thing journal you've been using to really look at what's been shifting and what are the consistent patterns. Yesterday we talked a little bit about patterning. What are some of those patterns? Because there's been layers of learning in this process. And I hope that you've been enjoying the entire time. So as we go to wrap up today, takeaway or take forward. What's your take forward from today's call? And I'll go with Samina. Samina, what was your take forward from today?
So we talked a little bit about what is your story, sharing, and then we had a little bit of a discussion about, for example, if we're thinking of the iceberg. So is the story, the part that we see, or is it under the water? So we had a discussion on that, and it was interesting. I thought we have a story under and over both, like, above water and below the water line as well. So below the water line is something we might not have had control over or it's something you reflect on. And then the story above the water is something we can design ourselves, like we have more of the control. Something that came to my mind.
Very nice. I love that. How about you, Cheryl? What's your take forward from today?
It was around the whole idea of the story and the iceberg. And then I don't know if you read the paper, but Jean-Marc Vallée died on the weekend. Yeah. And, because we got talking about if your life was a movie, but you have the ability to design your life once you are aware. And so tried to fill Marty and Tiff in about who he was and what was important about his body of work. So
absolutely. Well, Marty, good to have you here. Sorry to keep you waiting. I was so engrossed in reading the book. So what was your take forward from today?
I was interested that someone described me as an innovator, and that's what I've gotten out of this 90 days, because it's the first time in one of these sessions that I thought of myself as an innovator. And so I'm really getting that I really can go into uncharted waters and create stuff, and I have a creative ability that I hadn't thought of before. So that's really cool.
Very neat. And I think you came up as an innovative experimenter, right? In the hybrid work style quiz. Yeah. So I love that. Yeah. How about you, Tiff? What was your take forward from today? Maybe Tiff stepped away.
No, I'm here. Sorry. I just really love listening to everybody's takeaway on things, and it really helps me find cool new perspectives. So thank you.
All right. Well, thank you all. We got 3 more days to rock this. I want to put a little reminder, if you have a testimonial or a case study
I'm
you want
interested
to share.
in that.
Marty, question, statement? Go ahead.
I want to do that. You
said
you'd send us. Yeah.
Perfect. So here's 4 questions. I just pulled these in. They're not quite in a format that you can read well because my computer is doing something weird, but case studies. So let's see, where is it going? Hold on. It's stuck. Where are we? Give it a sec. Zoom is, my PowerPoint is doing some interesting things here today. And this is not the one I wanted. Okay, hold on. We're going to get this going. Right. Where is it? Okay, here we go. So 4 questions. What was your experience like with the 90-day sprint? So what, in general, what was your experience like with the 90-day sprint? Second, what was your biggest learning? And that might be even something you've just mentioned. What was your biggest learning? Third question, how did it help you achieve your goals personally or professionally? Or maybe even both, personally and professionally. And that might take you back to your first day of our goal setting and that wild success on week 1. I actually want to challenge you to go back to your week 1. Just 2 days ago, I was cleaning up part of my desk. It's something I do every holiday season. And out came this little scribble note around Friday Harbor condo question mark. And so here we were yesterday morning actually doing the official walkthrough of the condo before we take possession, which is really sort of fun. So yeah, like, how did this help you? Whether it was just, you know, it's not always just this. Causation does not equal correlation, as I know, but I'm sure this was a contributing factor towards some goal achievement. And then final question is, what was most valuable about your investment of time and resources? Excuse me. So what was most valuable about your investment of time and resources with this process? And that's just 4 questions to frame out. You know, what I'd love to have actually is a photograph of each of you. So I want to challenge you, if you don't have a photograph of you in this next couple of days, now is the time to get just a quick photo done of you. You can do it yourself. You can get a friend or a loved one to take a photo of you. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but I would love to put you with your beautiful photo, your name, and then sort of your little case study, which again, looking at maybe 2 to 3 short paragraphs, nothing super long, but I do want to give and share a little bit about your story. So think about this experience today as well, and that will help to round out the case study. So if you have this done in the next few days before we wrap up officially Friday, that would be great, because January 1st, guess what? You can start this all over again. You can flip back and by yourself go through this entire process. I will be doing Instagrams. Jackie this month has been helping me do Instagram posts. So there is a Reconnecting Workspaces Instagram feed that I have not been very active on, but if you're on Instagram, make sure to like it and follow it. And then starting on January 1st, we'll have, there's actually 3 different templates of the icon, the daily question, and the field work. So we're going to figure out, do we do all 3 in one day? That might happen. Or do we do, you know, all the icons Q1, all the field work Q2, etc. So with that, have a fantastic Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone. Take care. Bye.